I'm my best when a lot of people go against me. When I feel like my back against the wall, that's when I'm at my best. I knew I was going to win, and in my heart I was saying I'm willing to give it all to die in that ring that night, and I wasn't letting him beat me.
Gervonta Davis, nicknamed Tank, is often called the lightweight Tyson, and it's not without reason. With a record of 29 wins and 0 losses, 27 of which were knockout victories, this guy, weighing in at 130 pounds, hits the record-breaking 939 points on the boxing strength test. However, in boxing, it's not just about the force of the punch, but also the ability to deliver that punch to the opponent's face, something Gervonta excels at. Friends, today's video will be dedicated to 5 fights when Gervonta Davis shocked the world. Hit the like button, leave a comment in 4 words, and subscribe to never miss new videos. Let's go! Number 5. Gervonta Davis vs Yuriorkis Gamboa. This was Davis's first fight in the lightweight division at 135 pounds after defending his WBA super title twice in the super featherweight division at 130 pounds. Gamboa, a former Olympic champion in 2004 and a former world champion in 3 weight classes, got the opportunity to fight for the vacant WBA lightweight title after his opponent Devin Haney was stripped of the belt due to a shoulder injury.
He's a 3-time world champion. He's a gold medalist. We know he's fast. He's got explosive. He's explosive. So I believe it'll be my tougher opponent up to date.
Number 4. Gervonta Davis vs Ryan Garcia. The fight between thrilling bouts in boxing in 2023. Davis and Garcia, 2 undefeated lightweight champions possessing high speed, power, and technique. They are also known for their ambitions, charisma, and contentiousness. Before the fight, both boxers didn't hide their mutual animosity, exchanging sharp statements. Garcia called Davis a young Tyson copy who would waste the prime years in his career in jail. Ryan promised to end Davis. In turn, Davis claimed to know about Garcia's injury sustained during sparring and vowed to knock out his opponent and become the new face of boxing.
I know that there's a big task at hand, but I know I'm gonna come out victorious. Well, I'm ready to do what I do, and I'm gonna end him, I promise that.
Davis even pledged to break Garcia's jaw.
Come on, bro.
I can't hear you.
I touch that jaw, I'm telling you, you're going to sleep.
When I touch anything, you're going to sleep.
I promise you. Once I touch that jaw, you're going to sleep. I'll probably break your jaw. Facts.
I feel like I'm gonna break your jaw with the hook. I just see.
I
just see you on the floor with a broken jaw.
Go ahead to bring them.
Oh, you're gonna see him.
Don't bring them. Don't bring them. I'm telling you, don't bring them.
With each subsequent press conference, it was evident that the animosity between them grew. The final face-off became quite heated, resulting in a scuffle between the fighters right on stage. Only the intervention of a large number of staff prevented them from brawling right there. There was no doubt about the authenticity of their animosity. Many words and promises were exchanged, and the fighters even planned to sign a contract wherein the winner would take the loser's purse, leaving the other with nothing. Gervonta Tank Davis against Ryan King Rai Garcia. Power versus speed, the bad boy against the good one. What could be better? Adding to the intrigue was the fact that both had a 0 in the loss column and only one would preserve that perfect record. Finally, on April the 22nd, 2023, the long-awaited fight took place.
Gervonta, I hope the best for him, and he's gonna do great things at 135, but I plan on moving up to 140.
This fighter is probably, I say, the best fighter.
Number 3. Gervonta Davis vs Leo Santa Cruz.
Camp was great, unbelievable. It started out one of the traditional camp that you have, but it was the Tank Davis camp. Really appreciate the work that he put in. I mean, great work. Did what we need him to do. I just can't wait till Saturday to get here so I can watch my Tank Michael Jordan. Can't wait to see him. And just looking for a great performance out of both fighters. I want to say thank you to Santa Cruz and his dad Can't wait, Saturday night.
Tank Davis' fight with Santa Cruz was announced on September 24th, 2020 as the main event of the Showtime PPV show. It was Davis's first fight on pay-per-view television and Santa Cruz's debut in the lightweight division. The bout garnered significant attention from the media and fans, bringing together two outstanding boxers with different styles and qualities. Davis was considered the favorite due to his power and speed. Moreover, it was unique as both were contesting for world titles in different weight divisions simultaneously. It was a rare occurrence in boxing history when fighters competed for belts in two divisions at once. Before the fight, Davis and Santa Cruz held several press conferences and interviews, exchanging compliments and respect. Both boxers claimed they were prepared for a tough fight and aimed to showcase their best boxing skills.
I'm just well prepared. I know I'm gonna face a hard fighter, the best in the division. I think that's why I picked this fight, because like they say, if you wanna be one of the best, you gotta beat the best, and I think Tank is the best fighter.
Mexican. However, even the medical team couldn't bring Santa Cruz back to consciousness for several more minutes. Later, the reputable publication The Ring recognized this knockout as the knockout of the year.
The WBA super featherweight and lightweight champion of the world, Gervonta Davis.
It seemed like you were looking for the uppercut all night. It was a weapon that you used throughout that fight. Was that the key for you that you thought going into this fight?
It wasn't a key, but I adapted to what he was bringing. So I know he was a taller fighter, and he was crunching up, and he was moving forward. So once he moved forward, I tried to slide from the jab and throw the uppercut to make him run into the shot.
Number 2. Gervonta Davis versus Romero.
Welcome to the beautiful borough of Brooklyn.
Gervonta Tank Davis, 5-time world champion, one of boxing's biggest draws, taking on the WBA #1 contender, unbeaten, Romero. On May 28th, somebody's old has to go.
Both fighters had flawless statistics. At that time, Gervonta was on a streak of 26 wins, 24 of which ended in knockouts. Rolando had 14 victories out of 14 fights, with 12 of them ending in knockouts. Therefore, everyone understood that their fight wouldn't last long. Their mutual animosity further foreshadowed this.
I just think that he's a fighter that's just started fighting. That's, how when somebody first come in the gym and yeah. When somebody first come in the gym and they've been coming for a little minute, so they think they nice now. Damn.
2015, first time I saw him. I saw him spar some dude at Floyd's gym, and he got wobbled and he gets so frustrated, he starts hitting below the belt and stuff like that. And then there's a gym riot. Really started a stupid ass problem right here just because he got wobbled. He's very weak-minded. He's hopped out of the ring in the amateurs. He hops out the ring when he spars. I wanna run like a bitch. Same way he ran with Pitbull Cruz, but even worse with me.
But Davis isn't the type to quietly listen to dirt being spoken about him. During the final face-off, he pushed Romero off the stage, almost sparking a fight. However, credit should be given to Romero. He had a good puncher's record and dared to step into the ring with Tank with maximum ambition. On the morning of May the 29th, a boxing tournament took place in New York. Romero stated that he should have won, and Davis simply got lucky.
Did you feel you were winning the fight at that point?
I won all 6 rounds. I won every moment of that fight.
Number 1. Gervonta Davis versus Pitbull Cruz.
Cruz, very aggressive.
Davis responded, "Everyone always says that until they get hit by a tank, then everything changes." However, Mexican boxers are known for their sturdy jaws, allowing them to absorb significant damage and possess the character that doesn't let them back down.
So I know this man is hungry, I know he prepared, and I know he want to taste that world title, just not now.
Both fighters were charged up and ready for a real war. All that was left before the fight was the weigh-in and the face-off. And what's a tank face-off without a scuffle? Initially, the fighters locked eyes, ignoring requests to face the cameras. Then Gervonta even pushed Cruz away. But more interesting than Davis's face-offs are his fists. The bout between Gervonta... And that's it. Like the video? Then be sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Who among the trash talkers irritated you more than the others and got what they deserved? Be sure to share your opinion in the comments.